towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, in our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead.
They call me the governor. And as you can see, I am all alone on Trivia Night. Well, actually, we do have a few other people who are going to be late, but I don't know. The holiday may have screwed this thing up. But welcome. And so we've got a couple regulars. Haley's in the chat. Weird Wolf, which is a Transformer name. Devin. And I don't know what is going to be happening, as far as the other people showing up. Hopefully it'll be soon, because I can only stall for so long. But worst comes to worst, I do have my own trivia questions if Tomaj does not show up from Big Bro Little Sis. And we'll go from there. So we'll give it a few minutes. Ooh, I think someone might have shown up. Jack is here.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. We're already streaming, so come on in. We don't care if you're eating.
I didn't even have time to make food. I got home from work and hopped right on. Don't worry.
Very cool. Thank you for joining me.
Glad to be.
Again, I haven't heard anything from Tomaj, so we may be going with my trivia questions.
No.
Let's see if I got an email. Nope, nothing so far. I just sent him an email. So, how you doing, Jack?
I'm all right. I'm tired and stressed, and I'm enjoying my Walking Dead content, though, which that's what matters.
Absolutely. Well, since we are the only ones here, we will go by my trivia, which I have some trivia questions.
Love it.
But tell everyone where they can find you and stuff while I get this all prepared.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back. Hope you're all doing wonderful. If you're interested in any of my Walking Dead content or other content related or unrelated, you can find me at Jack's World pretty much everywhere. And I will be finishing up Dead City, likely finishing up Fear, as painful as it will be. And then whichever comes first between the Rashomon stuff and the Daryl thing. I think the Rashomon stuff comes first, right? This year? Maybe?
I'm not sure.
Whichever one comes first, we'll be checking that out. And I'm hoping by the end of the year, we're going to be getting into some movie stuff, because there's some pretty big name franchises I've not checked out. And I know that people would like to see them. So I'm excited for that.
Well, I haven't been doing reactions to Dead City, just the stream, just because I've been inundated with stuff. We got a whole bunch of more panels coming up.
Ooh.
And including at the end of this month will be a Terrificon with Mr. Ross Marquand.
Ooh, love that.
Mr. Cooper Andrews, and Mr. Michael Cutlets.
That's a great group.
Yes. Plus, for those who actually enjoyed one particular season of Fear, we're going to have her name's Colby.
Ginny?
Ginny.
Nice.
She'll be there, and I'll be doing a panel with her and the wonderful John Glover, a.k.a. Teddy.
Oh, my. That is a steal of a panel. That's going to be a good one. I can already tell.
Well, John is always fun, and I have not yet met Colby, but it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
She seems like a character on and off camera, so that should be fun.
Mitchell is saying Colby is so nice. And, of course, Ross.
I mean, Ross is Ross.
Yes. Well, you see, I remember the first time we interviewed Ross, it was at a Monster Mania. He had some traffic, but he did not have the lines that he had now. He was just starting out in the Walking Dead world. Someone handed him a nice little care package with like mini license plates and like a mini Ross doll. It was very cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of this month. I'll be up at Terrificon. Maybe not wearing an eye patch, but I don't want to detract from, the people on the panel.
That's fair.
But Mitchell, you should have hopefully received your throw pillow at long last today. And last week's winner never contacted me, so I don't know what he or she wants. I think it was a her, but I'm not sure. And so I can't offer any of those prizes.
Damn.
So, yeah, until I find out what was chosen, yeah, I can't, so I have different prize packs for tonight. Mrs. Eddie Munson, were you saying, could anyone go to San Diego? I guess they can. Anyone wants to come up to Terrificon at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut at, I think it's July, like 28th. It's the end of the month in July. Terrificon, great con. You can buy tickets at the door. You can also buy them online, Terrificon.com. They got some awesome guests. Even another actor who was in The Walking Dead, Michael Biehn. He was a little bit psycho, but, But that's, not a bad thing in that show.
I feel like to be in the Walking Dead universe, you got to be a little psycho. Just at a base level, at least.
And if you're a fan of Weird Science, we're going to have Anthony Michael Hall. And is it Elon Mitchell Smith? And who has two thumbs and will be moderating that panel? This guy. All right, so
we got another guest.
Another person coming in.
It's your lieutenant.
Aha, Lieutenant Late.
How was that? The one of the last ones I was able to attend here. You were talking about I believe there was a weekend you had. I don't know if it was a weekend or like a week span where you had 2 or 3 conventions you were going to.
Well, I did 4 in a row every weekend,
okay.
So
that's gotta be taxing, yeah.
It was a bit much. It was nice to have a little bit of a break, but I'm
yeah.
going to one this weekend called Shore Leave down in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Nice.
And lots of Star Trek guests, Farscape guests, Stargate guests. It's sci-fi extravaganza. But it looks like Tomaj is getting ready, so I can put my trivia away.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
There I am.
Hello, my friend.
I had to work today, guys.
I did too. Love that.
Yeah, I did 3.
Work sucks.
Yep. It's paying them bills, though. Tomaj, I am ready for tonight, though. Look, Tomaj.
Who was last week's winner? Because they never
Well, I
contacted
didn't get my
me.
drink today, Jack. Let me look. If I wrote it down. Was it? I think it was Winterfire, right? Was that right?
My notebook.
Yeah, Winterfire sounds right. Is Winterfire here? Because you still need to contact me to let me know what prize you want.
January Embers. My heart beats there,
So
too.
I can't actually put up, any of the prizes from last week until Winterfire chooses. So, but let me show you the prizes that we have for this week. I think you might like them. For all you alcoholics out there, we have this wonderful. I'm going to actually take it out. It's a bottle topper of the of a Bita that you can put on top of your wine bottle or whatever bottle you want to.
Oh, nice.
It is very heavy and metal.
Means very
Not
high
like
quality.
heavy metal. Yeah, it's definitely from the Walking Dead supply drop. And to go along with it, we have the Dale's Cocktail Umbrellas.
Love that.
So that is our alcoholic beverage pack. You don't have to be an alcoholic to use it, but might help.
I was gonna say it sure helps.
And we have a 2-pack. Now, this was in another prize pack that was passed up, but this is the Daryl Holiday Ornament. But I'm pairing it this time with a Lucille baseball cap.
Nice.
Which I know Tomaj really is upset that he can't have it.
Is that one of the like clip snap ones, or is it one with the like sliding adjustment?
It looks like it's the click snap type.
Nice.
And back for a limited time, we have the 6-in-1 Merle. That is the 3rd prize. So you can choose any of these. I have a feeling I know what's going to go. But, yeah, so Mitchell should have his prize by now. Yeah, people are talking about who's going where? San Diego? Yeah, I have not been to San Diego. I'm gonna wait till they invite me. Yeah, because that'll happen. Jazz might be here a little late, so we might have some more people. I haven't heard from Mashand in quite some time. I don't know where Busy is, but Ryan has a flu.
What?
Yeah, Ryan has the flu, and Bebe declined. I didn't see a explanation email or message yet, but it might be there. I just haven't seen it. Okay. Is Bebe in the...
Yes, she's in the chat.
She's in the chat. I'm like, someone's saying, hey, Bebe. It's like, she's not here. I don't see it. I mean, I know I only got one eye, but... All right, so we are going to do the 10-question truncated trivia. I have a brand new pad for my answers. And I have this pad here, which is going to keep track of... it's basically between me and Jack, and I think Jack's going to win.
Yeah, I'm putting mine on Jack.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It could be a tie. It could be a tie, depending on the
I was
question.
going to say, I'm a little rusty, so we'll see.
Walking Dead.
I mean, I might keep up, but if I miss one, I'm probably dead. So, but I'm already dead, thanks to, Michonne and Lily, and yeah, I'm. Rick was never even thought of it. He would have been dead. Anyway, so
Are y'all ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll. If everyone out there is ready to roll, make sure you refresh your screen. Get your fingers ready for typing. Let's be clear on that.
All right. I rolled purple, and purple, I probably should tell you guys the categories. Purple is characters, blue is episode, pink is the dead, orange is locations, yellow is events/milestones, and green is wild card. I rolled purple first, and the card reads, what doctor at Hilltop was also an obstetrician? What doctor at Hilltop was also an obstetrician? So give me the doctor's name.
I don't have a Sharpie today. I just have a regular pen. So if it's not legible enough, let me know and I will make it larger.
I'm probably getting this one wrong, so
Kyle,
I'm just
come
gonna...
on. Come on.
All right. I'm going to give y'all
Damn, I was so close.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what y'all got.
I was close.
It's the whole
I don't
Jack
know.
coming with the whole government. Not Carlton. Sorry, I can't give you that. Mrs. Eddie Munson treatment. Sorry.
Nope.
it was
I
Carlton.
agree. I was close, but no cigar. It's a Diana situation, and I accept it. So Jack gets a point. So unless I can cut his feed at the proper time, I'm probably losing.
Looks like in the chat.
I had some of the letters right. What's that?
In the chat, it looks like Amani got it first. So Amani, you are on the board and in the lead.
All right.
All right, next roll. Green, wild card. What type of books did Carl read at night in prison? What type of books did Carl read at night in the prison?
I'm totally guessing here.
All right, let me give y'all 5,
Jack's probably got the titles and the authors.
3,
No.
1. Go ahead, hold up. Comic books, self-help. Not the self-help. The comic
Oh, no,
book.
that was Eugene.
He's like, just like RJ reads comic books, like his big brother.
Yes.
I know the
Comic books that are somehow published after the apocalypse.
the Invincible ones popped up in what, season 5? I think.
Wasn't RJ reading Invincible?
Yeah.
And Sam had Invincible action figures on his desk in his room.
Lit. Imani is on a roll. So yeah, you are first again, and you are taking a strong lead, 2 points.
I didn't even think comic books.
I'm just
I don't really consider them books. They are reading material. I'm not dissing comic books.
book is in the name. Green again, wild card. Whoops. I have my cards all mixed up. My fault, y'all. What
You guys see
flower
me?
did-
Okay.
What was that?
My monitors both turned off. I want to make sure I didn't lose my Kyle, what are you doing?
I can see you.
All right, this one's nice and easy, y'all. What flower does Daryl place on Carol's grave at the prison? What flower does Daryl place on Carol's grave at the prison?
Carol's grave.
Carol's grave.
A party one.
Carol has a grave out there, y'all.
If only it was fit.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm not gonna do my auntie like that. We love Auntie Carol.
I can't wait for you to do like a proper reading of the comics.
I know. I need
And
to.
and like if you did that, I mean, hell, even just start it as like a Patreon thing for like and do like live streams for it, and then put it up on YouTube later for like early for members or something. The amount of pull that had when Michonne was doing it, every time she did it, the chat was buzzing the whole time, and it was great.
I know. I got to get some time. I don't even have time for normal things in life.
I was gonna say if you got the wish list, put the compendiums on there.
Yeah, I do need to do that. Definitely. Well, I also have it too set up on Amazon so people can just add their own things to my list. So they can
Right.
purchase things not on my list, I should say.
We'll
anyway.
slide in with Phyllis, and we'll get her to help you out too, like Michonne.
If Phyllis did that, I would appreciate her. All right, go ahead and hold up y'all answers.
Probably have it wrong.
Lily Cherokee Rose. Governor, what is these answers? The correct answer
You
is
think I
Cherokee
pay
Rose.
attention to the fucking flowers? I don't look at the flowers, especially around Carol. No fucking way.
Cherokee Rose.
Maybe this will be a historic evening where I am totally shut out by Jack.
Amani,
would not
You're
be
not getting shut out.
Amani got cheated because an ad popped up. Sorry, Governor.
Rip.
Again. It looks like
I didn't do it. I didn't click an ad.
I think Mrs. Eddie Munson was first. Yeah, so you are on the board, Mrs. Eddie Munson.
Yeah, I did not click any ads. I wait till after question 5 and give it a little time. So
Damn, I went through that fast. Holy shit.
You can sue the governor for your point, Amani. Take him to court.
yeah, good luck with that.
Question number 4. Yellow, that is events/milestones. Nice and easy. What weapon did the governor use on Herschel? What weapon did the governor use on Herschel? Speed is the name of this game. Chat.
I was gonna say, I feel like you should have added on a ownership to make sure
The
that
answer
people-
has an ownership answer, but
Yeah, I would say we're gonna have to not just go with the name of the weapon, but the ownership as well, just to be. But we just said it, so it's like.
Yeah, y'all can hold your answers up.
Yeah, I think we can dispense with the ownership for the chat.
Can you see it with the glare?
Katana, Michonne's sword. Yeah, the correct answer is Michonne's katana. Everybody knows whose katana it was. That was an iconic moment. Everybody knows the iconic.
Not necessarily iconic.
Yeah,
for a good
the day
reason.
I killed Santa Claus. Poor guy.
Oh, we're gonna have a talk about little Hershey boy when we get to the episode talk.
Yellow once again. Nice and easy. What does Eugene suggest pouring on the walkers outside the Savior's headquarters to fortify them? What does Eugene suggest pouring on the walkers outside the Savior's headquarters to fortify them?
Pouring on the Bitus.
Correct. I'll give y'all a minute for that one. A couple people might need to look that up, but they're gonna be live.
Shouldn't need to.
Shouldn't. Well, the chat, they busting out answers. Go ahead, let me see what y'all got.
Hot metal, liquid, scrap metal.
Yeah.
Correct answer was molten metal. I'll accept all the metals. Chat. Imani is back with the vengeance. Imani was robbed of a point.
Loki, that actually was a really good idea for them to do in the show, and I like that they brought up that. Like, oh, let's use these for defense and make them hard to kill. Like, oh, nice.
All right, so that was question 5. So I am now going to initiate an ad so that I can make a little bit of friggin', cheddar from this deal. And
I forgot
because I go to a lot of cons.
I forgot to do the point for the governor question. My fault. Thank you, Mrs. Eddie Munson. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I've been working all day. It looks like Imani got that
Imani,
one.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Imani is not playing with y'all.
Yep. Why does it keep switching to top chat? It's like I put it for live chat and suddenly it's top chat again. God damn.
I think it's individual. Yeah, it's whatever, because each person can change it.
Well, I refreshed the screen because it seemed we were lagging on my screen. I mean, what I see when I'm looking at you guys live is not what I see in the other one. So,
Is everybody?
and since thank you. Since Jack's eating, so will I.
I have a few chips. It's not a meal.
I literally
I'm
didn't have
having a
time to
meal.
grab nothing, not a drink, not nothing. Oh well, I do have a Hershey bar here. But
I was gonna say, I bought these from like the cafeteria area at my work right as the last delivery driver pulled up, because I was like, I'm waiting here. I might as well have a snack because I haven't eaten it since like 2:00. And then of course he pulls up right as I fucking scan my card, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see these at home now.
Damn. Thomas, are your answers not being seen? Let me look. I see one right here. I see one right there. Yeah, they're being seen. You're just not first. And if you're not first, you're last, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah, so once I see the first person's answer, I don't look at the rest of y'all because it don't matter. Well, I do sometimes, because sometimes y'all be saying funny stuff, but y'all ain't saying nothing funny today.
Damn.
Y'all chat.
Thomas says he beat Imani with the comic and katana questions. But
I'll double check, but
Oh, I have such a cache of videos lined up for dinner tonight and packing. I got your House of the Dragon video. I got Robin Trin's 9:15 and 9:16 video.
Yeah, that's on my list tonight. I gotta watch that. I'm
And I
staying
got
up late to watch that.
Grey Wolf's, I want to say 13 and 14. Oh no, they did. Robin Trin didn't drop 16 today. They just dropped 15, which It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Thomas, do two things. Refresh, and then on the top where it says top chat, change that to live chat, because you may be seeing, not seeing it in the proper order.
Yeah, I thought you
So-
just called him Thomas. I'm like, Kyle. It's
No.
Tomaj. I was like, really?
Yeah, our chat
I know his
is in a
name. I
different
was
order.
talking to someone in the
We're not
chat.
typing, y'all.
Ooh, is that a
Because on my
quesadilla?
screen, we had Amani, then Henry, then Mitchell, then it was yours, Thomas. So you were fourth on my screen, but you may be first on yours, based upon if you had on top chat, live chat, or just speed in general, internet stuff. But yeah,
Oh,
We
X
gotta go by
Grimes,
our- Sorry.
don't doubt yourself. You can still be a true fan, even if you get a few details wrong.
yeah, it's just others are more truer fans. That's all.
Or
Not
they're
to diminish
racking
your-
they're
your
racking
truth.
the big bucks, and they can pay for that 5 gig internet.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
This was a nice long halfway point.
Yep.
We
Everyone should be refreshed, ready to go. How do you refresh on a phone? I have no idea.
All right,
I think you just
Orange.
slide it down like quickly, and then it refreshes the chat. Or by the volume button, if you're holding it vertically, where it's like the play next volume, there's the word live with a dot, and if the dot is not red, you're not live. You're behind a bit. So definitely press live and see if it'll scoot you forward a bit. Sorry.
We did a whole lot of
Continue.
trouble.
Oh, I'm the king of troubleshooting. You know that.
Oh yeah,
We will
Very
be sending you a bill later on, Thomas.
Jack, you need to just get a work from home job as tech support. Like literally.
Yeah,
I think you'd be good at it.
probably.
You need to work for OBS because I'm sure everybody be doing that.
Hey, if they got benefits, they can hit me up.
Yeah. All right. I rolled orange, and the question is, what cell block quarantined the sick members of the prison group during the flu outbreak? What cell block quarantined the sick members of the prison group during the flu outbreak? We had this question a long time ago, y'all. So let's see who paid attention, who was here, who was present, who got good memory.
I'm interested to see if my choice of wording for this is going to be accepted or not. If it's not out, I respect it, but we'll see.
I already gave you the point. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean they gave something, but they specified a bit more. Mr. Pizza Delivery Boy specified a bit more on the location. So
It's very general, I think. But anyway,
I
let's see.
know. Okay. Because I know that
A. Yeah, the correct answer was a block. But yeah, if that was death row, then I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't count.
they made a joke about it because they're like, "Oh, death row's that much better."
All right, Thomas, I don't know what you did, but
Well-
you did it right. You were first this time. Congratulations, you're on the board.
If you don't want to give me the point, Kyle, it's fine. I understand.
Well, was it death row or was it death row because the sick people were there?
No, it was death row. I mean, I can double check it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not winning by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm
Whether you get this
curious
point or
now.
not.
It's 3-5. I'll check it on the side.
All right, let's keep going. Yellow, that is events/milestones. And the question is, what type of carnival ride did Rick fall off of while trying to shoot at the CGI deer? The not so CGI deer, so they tried to say.
It actually wasn't.
I know, that's what they said. But what type of carnival ride did Rick fall off of while trying to shoot at a deer at the school? All right, let's see what rides y'all came up with. There's only so many rides, y'all.
The Ferris wheel carousel.
I probably spelled it wrong.
The correct answer was Ferris wheel.
I remember because I did a reaction to that.
Yeah, Amani, you got this one again.
Back in the day.
At this point, we won't have to call mercy rule because Amani ain't nobody beating Amani, but we're gonna keep going for the fun of it. All right. Blue. That is episodes. Everybody's favorite.
This is 8, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The episode titled "Swear" referred to Tara's promise to which Oceanside resident? The episode titled "Swear" referred to Tara's promise to which Oceanside resident?
I hope spelling counts on this one because I feel like a lot of people will get it wrong.
That's so funny. Oh, Winterfire, you're here. We need you to pick your prize so the governor knows what not to give away.
Yep. So, Winterfire, you need to go to fandomspotlight.com, go to About, go to Contact, and there's a nice little form there. Fill it out, put your email address, put your regular address, so I can actually ship it to you. Put your name, too, your real name. Unless that is your real name, which I'm not judging. That's fine.
Not you don't know how to spell X Grimes. Oh my God, it's all these different spellings. Cleo, what in the hell is that spelling? Lord Jesus. Yeah. Well, anyway, the correct answer is Cindy and Thomas. You were right on that
It's
one. You were
I-E, right?
Yeah, I'm not even showing mine because I got it wrong.
What the hell did you put? I thought that was the easiest one. I didn't even ask y'all for your answers. I was like, they got it.
I put Rachel.
Lord Jesus.
I didn't remember Cindy. God damn it.
I'm honest. Said
Yeah,
I
they
ain't-
just
I
they
remember
just
those
kind of.
peons.
Cindy didn't show up the last 2 seasons of the show.
Linda
Oh,
said I
yeah,
will not
yeah.
mind
Okay,
internet
I found it. Hold up. Look at the captions.
I see. See, Jack be remembering the dialogue, y'all. I'm telling y'all, hardcore fan. Right
Yes, sir.
Well, it's not like I'm going to win anyway, so I'll give you the goddamn
No,
point.
you with the Kermit.
How about this? I'll give it to you. You can take it if you want.
Nope. I will not take your charity.
All right, you bastard.
I earn my points, or not.
You earn what you take.
Gotta earn your keep. All right, let's roll.
You have to
Orange.
pay the bill.
Locations. Which of Rick's own group told Deanna that Rick and the others were dangerous? Which of Rick's own group told Deanna that Rick and the others were dangerous?
If I get this one wrong, I'm going to let you bite me.
I'm expecting full government on this, boys. Come on now.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, you can expect all you
Mitchell,
want.
you were a little quick there, and it cost you.
I'm dead. Let me see what y'all got, Jack and Governor. Father Gabriel Stokes. Father Gabriel. I also would have accepted Father Gangster.
I figured Big Daddy G might have also worked,
Oh, what was his character's name in The Wire?
the father who is not the father.
Never watched The Wire, don't know. Amani is just whooping y'all.
I'm
even
convinced she has 5G internet. There's no shot. She's like getting it before us. And we're writing it, not typing it. Like she has to type and hit enter.
In a sense, this game is pay to win because whoever paid for the best internet.
Honestly,
win.
it's for real.
Pay to win. If you got crappy internet, you just playing for fun at this point.
Father, not the father. I haven't
Yep,
watched
exactly.
The Wire, Imani, but I know that Seth is in it. I'm fairly sure. Bullshit,
Yeah, he
you
is.
got 4G, Amani. No, there's no shot you got 4G. Absolutely not.
All right. Final question, I believe.
She's on the tower.
I
She's
rolled
like sitting on the tower.
purple.
Final question.
And the question, this is characters, and the question is, who saw Rick carrying Carl from the porch of their farm? Who saw Rick carrying Carl from the porch of their farm? I can literally picture the whole scene, so I already know. Speed is the name of this game, even though Imani won. But try anyway.
Just obviously, you don't have to get into detail, but what'd you think of 104 for House of Dragon?
Chaotic and messy.
Welcome to the rest of the show.
Chaotic and messy.
It
That's
just
what
gets
was.
more messier from there.
I was like, wow. Wow. All right, let me see y'all answers.
Shit, I'm pretty sure I got this one wrong, actually, the order.
Governor, put that down, because not only are you wrong.
Yeah, me and him are both wrong.
What? Y'all don't remember the scene? It was Maggie, the queen herself.
He came
The
out
star
very
herself
shortly
I'm talking
after.
about. She goes, Daddy. I can't do her voice. I'm not good at impressions, but she goes, Daddy.
Yeah, well, you know, again,
I was picturing the was he bit?
yeah.
Shot by your man, Otis.
So you got this one, but I'm not even gonna write your point down because it just does not matter, unfortunately. Imani destroyed y'all. She owns y'all lives. Half your shit belongs to Imani.
So, Amani, what of the prizes do you want? I will go through them again. You have the Daryl Dixon holiday ornament and the Lucille hat, or the 6 Faces of Merle, or the alcoholic pack.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas.
So, Winterfire, you did win last time, and you still. I hope I got an email
Poor Thomas.
coming. Tell me which prize you want. Not yet. All right. Winter, you want the Negan stuff, so you want the scarf and the socks.
Thomas, you gonna have to upgrade
Okay.
your internet.
Thank
gotta-
you,
you
portrait
gotta
of a
message
lady.
me.
I appreciate it.
Message me with your actual address so I can actually get that out of there. All right.
Oh, Thomas, we believe you. We believe on your screen you were first, but on our screen, unfortunately, Imani just destroyed y'all.
Try to send an email through the website and it timed out. That is very weird because I get all kinds of spam through that
Mr.
thing.
Governor, don't you have other social media platforms that they
Like
can reach out to you on?
Insta or TikTok or
Twitter,
Twitter.
MySpace.
Of course.
you probably have a Facebook.
I mean, you can send me Fandom Spotlight on Twitter, as long as I'm not,
Tomaj, I am
But
polishing
usually it's
this
just easy to go to the contact us. And I'm going to just try this. Subject, prize, test. If there's a problem in my contact form, then I need to know about it. I'm getting a circle of doom. Okay, so could be entirely my fault. I don't usually use this form because I don't talk to myself that much.
Oh no!
One
God
time.
damn.
I got the highest internet possible.
Tomaj, look at how chunky this bitch is. God damn, it's a thick one. It's a Cheeto. It's thick as
Oh, I
fuck.
love the crunchy Cheetos. They're thick. Yes.
Bro,
All right, so Winterfire,
Tomaj,
if you can contact me through
I could have brought
at Fandom Spotlight on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. And I will have to find out what's wrong with my goddamn contact form. because that is just friggin' weird. Now I'm very curious. All right, so do we want to talk about this dead shitty?
Be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Half the main cast I'm not fond of. Negan's okay.
I mean, I'm with you there. There's a fair few of them. I mean, thankfully we lost one of the shitty ones this week, so it's okay.
Man, only 2 of them count. The rest on their way out. They got like 3 episodes.
The rest don't even have fucking names, so.
Yeah. So
That's because they're running out because they have to give everyone a
Yeah.
unique first name, and they're running out. It's like they're even borrowing from, other Walking Dead shows because they're fucking running out. What's that little girl's name? Jenny? Or is it Jenny?
Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny. I
Jenny.
love you, Jenny.
I will be representing the Reef family today as their defense attorney. Any and all.
867
Can I?
5309.
Okay, this isn't like a diss, but I'm genuinely. Am I the only one that finds it exceptionally unrealistic that she somehow managed to find a picture of Herschel?
What do you mean?
It's not. She had a physical photograph of her and Herschel together.
No, I don't think it's. I mean, Jay, they had a camera in season 8.
Herschel, her father.
No, then she got it from her house.
I mean, she could have grabbed it from
And
her
the house was
had
just
it, and-
upstanding, no weather damage, no nothing. And they didn't show it. They just want us to assume, oh, she just went back there and found pictures that totally were not damaged by the weather. Like, they had a horde at the house the last time they were there. They just want us to assume.
Yeah, but if it was in a photo album, in a drawer, protected by
One of those
plastic.
things I wish they would have showed us. Like, we didn't need to see 10 scenes of the dinosaur, and that they could have taken one or two of those out, or one of those out, and just
Or all
showed
of
her. No, I
Everybody
liked
do
that
the
bonding.
dinosaur.
I mean, I also love JD having a cowboy
but the
hat, but
dinosaur, I'm like, really?
I feel like they could have had one mini, like, instead of showing angsty like Herschel Jr., Mr. HJ, they could have showed her going back to the farm. I mean, to be fair, it's probably not, like, the set probably isn't there anymore, but I would have preferred them showing that instead of just being like, oh, there you go. And I mean, they never really established her as a great artist. Like, I thought that, because do you remember the portraits that she had inside of Hilltop in season 9, like after the time jump? Were you under the impression that Anne painted those based on her description? Okay.
I think they said in Talking Dead that she did it. But
Okay.
I thought it might have been something from Jadis too, but I think it also was a nod to Herschel because remember, we saw him draw that photo and she was like, oh, it's really good. And then he crumbled it. He might have drew his dad. He may have a picture of Glenn and he may have drawn that himself. And maybe that's that's what she was keeping that for. So it was kind of like a double reminder for her.
Yeah. I was going to say, whoever drew the one of Glenn, though, she had to do some very good descriptions for that and find someone that was talented enough to do it because they never really established her being talented enough for that. I'm not saying she's not, but if it's not pre-established, them just giving people gifts and attributes just for the sake of the narrative seems odd. So, I don't know.
Well, maybe some of the radiation from Fear the Walking Dead has given her the superpower.
Or maybe they were huffing some of
it.
that methane.
That's what I'm going to go with.
So we kind of had 3
Winter
stories
Fire,
in this.
you are not correct. She burned the only picture of herself. There were no pictures of Glenn taken. She burned Glenn's picture of her. I don't think that Glenn was ever photographed, from my knowledge.
Not that I remember either.
I mean, he was videotaped, but again, they missed that opportunity 50 times over to bring those videotapes back up.
Pissed me off. Judas should have seen Brick.
Yeah, and Maggie
Carl.
and that was the one that pissed me because Carl, like, bringing up Lori and like,
this place my mom wanted for, and like to all the I feel like Judith
And
might have been a
the fact that
little
Judith
scared.
She said she was
I'm
forgetting
starting
their
to
voice.
forget their voice. Yeah, like that was the perfect opportunity. Like imagine if when Negan escaped, but in like the midpoint, if when he went back to the sanctuary, he found the tapes because he took some of them. Imagine if he found them and fucking brought them back. That would have been so great for Judith. And then later on, Maggie and Herschel, because they could have seen the one about Glenn. Like it would have been great. It would have been a super fucking awesome thing. And they're just like, nope, let's just throw in more random drama with Magna's group disobeying people. It's like you could have cut 2 of those scenes and had him find a fucking box of tapes in the corner. Like, come on.
I'm disappointed that they never did that. In some way,
I was
shape,
reaching for that. Ugh.
Yeah.
They definitely
All
shut
right.
my ass up though in Dead City about the fuel with the methane stuff, because I've been really questioning that the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, this is just some bullshit. Like this makes no sense. And then they just like, here's why it does make sense. I'm like, all right,
That was a
shut
great.
up.
I
Guys,
agree.
thank you.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. I was very pleased they threw that in there. It'd be the little things, y'all, that we do
Yeah.
need to.
It was a little weird though that they had people fucking huffing it to get high. That's fucking nasty.
Yeah, I'm looking at these
There's
people like,
ugh. It'd be like someone drilling a hole in a coffin and just being like, oh, like that. No, we don't need that. Exactly. We don't need
Well-
that shit. I'm sorry for disgusting you.
So we basically had 3 storylines to kind of organize this because we're jumping all over
sorry.
the place. So we had the storyline of basically Negan and Maggie hanging out with their new buds and, scouting out the place. We had their very interesting, giving thanks ceremony at their meal. And then we had, Croat and, he had captured the marshal and that whole thing. I was like, ew, when I saw his meal and saw that maggot come out. That was...
Yeah.
somebody
That's
tried to
nasty.
get his ass.
Yeah, something like that. It was just, So I'm glad that I wasn't eating at that particular scene. That would have been like,
And
yeah.
that guy is crazy. I'm not about to let you put a key in my mouth, make me swallow it, and then allow you to throw me off the balcony.
That's like some
what
cuck
about-
shit.
Probably beat his head in too first.
I don't care how scared I am. We're fighting. Like, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm at least
See,
die
but
trying.
I don't know if you understand and realize that a lot of people are just a bitch deep down. And just because
I
you're
have a hard
not
time fathoming
doesn't
that.
mean that everyone else isn't.
I just be looking at people and I'd be like, there's no way I'm about to let somebody disrespect me like that. Like, I just feel like everybody should have like a level.
I feel like a little bit of it may be the field that you are in, that disrespect doesn't really go well with you
maybe because I just
because
be
you're not
looking-
about to accept it, which I
I'm
understand.
not. I can't. And I have a hard time even with watching TV. Like people just accepting their circumstances.
That's why
It's-
Game of Thrones was such a good show for you to watch in House of the Dragon, because the amount of disrespect in that show
It
had you
appalls me.
hollering the whole fucking time. Oh, Jesus.
It really just be hard for me, y'all, to wrap my head around some things. I tried to
That's why
understand.
alcohol's our best friend.
Literally, I just had to drink some things away. But yeah, that guy got tossed. And I mean, I like the scene that they did with his name's Pearly, right? I like what that led to,
Armstrong,
but
yeah.
I just feel like he should have just told him right away, like why he was there. Like I feel like it was not a big deal because the people he would travel with are dead, so there's not, worried that he's gonna go look for somebody else. And I'm like, he didn't know the Negan connection, so I'm like, why wouldn't he just tell him just to get free? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just thought that was kind of strange, but I like what it led to, so I'm not mad at it. But it just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's the marshal, and from all appearances, he has met a new community, and he's talking to the leader of that community out of his jurisdiction. Why he wouldn't share that information, I don't know.
Right.
It's not like the information could harm him.
Right.
unless the guy is Negan's best friend, which he was at one point, but
I don't know about best friend.
not no mo.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. So it looks like they're about to pair up Pearly and Croat to go up against Nagy and Negan. So that should be interesting.
I'm calling it. Pearly's gonna realize what a psycho Croat is. He's gonna switch sides, and yeah. So let me get this straight as far as the whole Annie thing.
Jesus, heaven have mercy, fix it, Jesus.
So Annie got robbed by these 5 guys.
I think it was a little bit more than robbing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and likely raped. Negan found them and killed them, and those are the people that he is probably wanted for killing. So I figured it was something like that. I mean, I was afraid they had killed Annie. I mean, I'm glad she's still alive, but no one... I mean, yeah, it's fiction. But no one, should be violated in that way. And I don't blame Negan one bit. He never stood for rape in the sanctuary. And when you go out and rape his woman, yeah.
The killing was definitely justified, what he killed them for. I just don't like the fact that he sent her and his child into buttfuck nowhere. Like, sir,
Well, that's the thing.
Other,
I'm hoping we
never
realize.
I'm
I'm hoping we find some other additional information out about that area and why they chose that. Because I feel like logically they wouldn't have him just send them to somewhere random. Like, I feel like there had to be a reason, but maybe they'll get into it. Maybe they won't. I'm not sure because we only have 6 episodes, so we'll see. But
I'm hoping he lied because it just
lied to them or lied to Maggie?
To Maggie, because like maybe he sent them to some secret place they had that they don't want anybody to know, so he just kind of told a small white lie, because it just really makes you already know I think he's a shitbag, but it just makes him look really fucking shitty to send his wife who just got beaten, possibly raped, and then his child to just nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would make more sense to take them back to, like, if I'm gonna abandon them, let me abandon them, in the Commonwealth,
Like somewhere safer, yeah.
Alexandria, Hilltop, you know what I mean? Like, don't just send them off like that. It just don't add up.
I feel like he might have distanced himself from the Commonwealth and some of the other places out of respect for like Ezekiel and them, because I know like
if we're ditching them,
if he was just gonna leave them, and they might not have gone though. If she knew his feelings about it already, maybe because Annie seemed mildly stubborn, so I don't know, but I do think it was kind of weird
she wasn't
that
thrilled with the Commonwealth.
he named the kid Joshua. That's just really fucking random. I thought it was a pretty big missed opportunity not to name it Carl or Rick. I thought that would have been kind of funny.
Well, I don't think it would have been Rick, but
Maybe,
Carl possibly.
yeah. Or like, I don't know. It just seems random. I wish it would have been. I don't know. To be fair, it would have been like when Carl was trying to figure out names for Judith, and he was like, "Oh, could do Jackie or Amy or Andrea or Lori," or like he was giving out names of dead people. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, but then again, it's not only Negan's decision.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it was some
Andy
relation
could have been
there.
like, "Fuck you! It's going to be Joshua after my father," or after the person who saved me.
A missed opportunity to not have Annie in this series. Like, I would have had no issue with that.
Maybe there were some filming conflicts, because I feel like it would have been good to see, but
because she wasn't even in the Walking Dead finale either. She just disappeared off the face of the earth. It was like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, same with like
Thomas
Cindy. Cindy just when was Cindy's last appearance? Like a season and a half ago.
The lead of a show, I believe. That's why during that time, she disappeared. I think her last appearance was 10:08 when Michonne left to go take
the Virgil stuff, like after the Sadiq thing. It was either 10:08 or 10:09, I think. Yeah, because it was before Michonne's last episode.
Yeah, I believe that was the last time I remember seeing her.
Or at least seeing her in any sort of notable way.
Yeah.
Thomas in the chat said, "What if he named his kid Glenn?"
I made a joke about that.
I would throw hands at the screen because no, that's.
No, but again, it's not only his decision, and Annie seems like a very strong-willed person. So,
That's a violation.
you know,
We're not going to do that. I don't think
it's
Lauren
quite
would
possible that
definitely
she chose
would
that
have
name.
allowed that. I'm
Oh,
sure
that's-
there's a reason they picked that name.
Winterfire gave some additional. She said JDM has spoken out that the whole Annie subplot for Negan was very tacked on and rushed and didn't make much sense. I'm curious if he was talking about that in regards to the main show in 11C, or if if JDM was referencing in Dead City.
I did see something.
I would say the main show.
Yeah, I saw something where he said that he never liked the fact that they made him remarry. He thinks Negan never would have remarried.
I mean, I agree because he doesn't, but
And it was a very short period of time.
I mean, it was like a
You know,
year, or half a year.
I feel like JDM disagrees with the writers a lot because I've seen a lot of instances where they made Negan go classic Negan, like, and not in a very good way. I'm talking like 1101, 1102 type.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, that
where
was
he just
when
like-
he came out like day one and was like, yeah, I was fighting for him to not say that because I don't feel like he'd be stupid enough to do that, but they wanted to do it. So I respect him that he has the pull to speak his mind, and it's unfortunate that they don't listen to him more because I feel he's pretty fucking experienced.
I think JDM really
Yep.
does want true redemption for Negan, but I don't think the writers are just they teeter the line too much. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, no.
Yeah. I don't know if Negan necessarily wants him to ever turn into a good guy, but I feel like he probably gets semi annoyed that they teeter too much. Yeah, like they could, like, I'm not saying that he wants them to go full on, but if he does like a sprinkle here and there of like, oh, Negan, that's fine, but it seems like they do it, I don't want to say too much because it's funny when they do, but I feel like they blur it a little too much, like the lines. Like I feel like they have it too close to certain other behaviors from him to be like, well, what fits into which personality? Like, I don't know. It's weird, but I'm glad that it seems like they at least listen to him occasionally with that, because he's been playing the character for what, almost a decade now. What, like 7 years?
This show, him and Lauren, so they
Yeah,
gotta have a
so-
big chunk of pay.
And I mean, he's been in the industry long enough to know the fucking people that this is, I think, the longest role he's ever played. At least consistently, because obviously he was in, Grays for a bit. He was in Supernatural and he had appearances here and there.
Well, he was in
and-
Supernatural like what, 4 times, 5 times? He did show up a lot.
no, he was in there like the first season and a half, and then he showed up occasionally for other scenes later on down the line. But as a consistent lead, yeah, no, this is definitely his longest role. So I feel like he's really got a good grasp on the way that he feels it should be. Because, I mean, this is definitely not source material Negan. It's been not that way for a little bit. So I don't know if I feel like they're almost trying to do too much of their own thing while still trying to pull very, very cookie cutter exactly from the source material type behavior when that's not the way that they were writing him. So I feel like they got to find a happy medium, because I feel like they're trying to bounce too quickly between one extreme and the other. Whereas if they want to be properly in the middle, then they have to blend it better. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I don't know. It feels like they're just not
in the
blending it as well as they could be.
In the writer's defense, though, I mean, Negan's wife was raped by these guys.
Yeah,
and
no.
killed.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have killed them, obviously, but
No, I'm not, and I'm just pointing out, he was on a path where he was, whether it was shoehorned in or not, he was on a path to a happy life, and then, so his old instincts of being the old Negan might still be there and might come to the fore a bit more. I did enjoy that fight between him and that big guy. I forget his name.
I wanted it to be grittier. Like, I mean, I feel like in my head I knew Negan was going to come out on top. It's just plot armor shit. But I feel like they should have just really brawled it out instead of doing a quick. I don't know.
I mean, I really appreciate
Yeah.
the unique aspect of the cheese grater. That I love that so much. He took his whole fucking eyebrow off. Like, oh my god. I would.
And the blood pouring into his eye.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I think he died too quickly and easily, though.
Yeah,
It
I'm like,
reminded
that was a
me-
big
Even
man.
more.
I'm like, this about to be a fist brawl, but it was like quick. I was like, damn.
I feel like it would have been similar to him scrapping with Maggie's other like muscle back in season 10 or 11. But this whole situation reminded me of the season 10 stuff with Lydia and the Highwaymen a bit. Cuz it's like he was defending Lydia like in the moment directly and accidentally killed somebody, and here he was technically defending Maggie and like their mission. And I don't think he wanted to or intended to kill Luther, but when Luther came for him, he's like, well, shit, I gotta defend myself. So,
It was self-defense, clearly. I mean, he did throw the first strike, but Luther was making it quite clear.
yeah,
You
he
know.
wasn't gonna let him just walk out of there. So,
Right. So, I mean, he did telescope his strike with that pan, see that coming a mile away. But, and I'm glad that didn't work. But the cheese grater, yeah, that was very inventive.
they always find new ways.
I don't know that there has ever been a fight on TV or movies in history that has used a cheese grater in such a novel way.
Yeah.
So,
Hello, Miss
what do we
Kayla.
think of? So what do we think of Jenny, whoever she is, finding a fucking tote and using that as a boat to fucking go to?
I thought
had
it was
so
a
much
cooler.
It looked like a tote to me. It looked like a.
I thought it because they focused on the cooler. I thought it was the cooler. I mean, I
don't
call
know.
it
I couldn't
bullshit
see it.
regard,less, but I swore it was a cooler.
I was
Like a
really
Yeti.
hoping to be their way off the island. Like I hoped she would find a boat or something, but she didn't. I was like, oh, she's just going to be trapped.
Hello, Miss Kayla.
Nope, she's gonna be like, we just need a bunch of coolers or totes, strap them together, and we make our own boat. There's got to be some in
I
New York
hope-
City somewhere.
I hope she ends up having a cool story because, not gonna lie, she's kind of boring and waste of screen time so far.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Yeah.
I
can't
made a
make-
comment about it. I was like, imagine how nice and easy it is to have an acting gig where you literally say not a single fucking word.
Just make faces. I can do that all day.
Yeah, just
long.
like-
Some people would prefer I just make faces. Like I always get those comments every now and then. They be like, "You talk too much.
talk too much. Shut the fuck
You
up.
want me to just sit here and make faces like I'm a fucking mime? Like no, like I'm a reactor. I talk.
And then it's not a reaction. I've seen
No.
someone showed me a reaction video that they did where they're watching a trailer, and this was their reaction
Yeah, no, I'm not.
for the whole trailer.
I'm not
It's like,
like
no,
that.
that's not a reaction.
Like when I don't react and I'm watching TV, I'd be like, I should just did a reaction because I'd just be sitting here hooping and hollering. Like that's just what I do. My family's like that too. Like it's not quiet if we're like at a house. Like if we're out in public, of course we're civilized, but at home, comfortable.
Out
we
in the
are
movie theater,
loud,
knocking
yeah,
You're not
people's
civilized?
popcorn and
Yeah, it's a fun time for sure.
oh, it's only gonna get
So-
louder for House of the Dragon. I can't fucking wait.
That show is it's cheeks and booty holes everywhere. I'm like,
It's
That-
not like Game of Thrones early seasons, okay?
it was worse. What do you mean? There was like a 10-minute sex scene. We'll talk about it later. Because I was like, what am I watching, y'all?
So in the end, she gets to the island, however, of Manhattan, however improbably it is. She loses her fucking dinosaur again. It's like, can she not hold on to the goddamn thing? I mean, we
I'm
saw
like,
in the flashbacks.
put it in
lost
a
it
big
before.
part of the bag or tie your bag secure. There's no way I'm about to lose the same thing twice. I'm not doing it. I don't think I've ever lost the same thing twice. Once is, good enough.
Except
for
your
me.
mind.
once you lose something, you can't lose it again.
Wait, who's getting paid by AMC?
It sounded like Bebe was.
The only people getting paid by AMC is these people out here blocking our reactions and copyright claiming, and I still can't believe that's a job.
I was just saying, Bebe said as a former reactor, I agree, and thinking AMC paid us, like So I thought she was saying that AMC paid her. I was like, they paid you? What?
No,
Yeah,
AMC tries to take my money, which is weird because they didn't bother me at all with Fear, but when it comes to Dead City, they own that shit.
Really? I haven't gotten shit for either. They went back and claimed my fucking It 2017 trailer reaction the other day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, whose job is it to do that? That is.
I'm like, go fucking touch grass, you little bitch. Come on.
I would literally fight the person who does that in real life.
Yeah,
I don't care.
it would probably be a hate crime if I did it, so I probably wouldn't. But I want to.
No, I don't even.
Oh, I want to find the fuckers at TikTok to deny my appeal.
Oh, yeah, that's
a whole
fucking
different
bullshit. Yeah, I will ride or die with you till the end of time with that bullshit. That's so fucking. You're like, my camera. I literally fucking record this. Like, they're expecting you at the beginning of each thing to be like, "Hey, it's me. I'm filming it. Here we go." Like, no, that fucking takes out of the immersion. Like, just let it fucking be.
Well, one of my new TikToks with the voice actor who does Obi-Wan Kenobi, James Arnold Taylor.
It's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, hello there. He actually, I inserted a voiceover and explanation and no claims, no disqualifications. But Maurice LaMarche, who I already had in another video, they had to deny my appeal for him. And that man may actually be my fucking cousin. But, you know, you have to go to 23andMe or something or some shit like that. But,
well,
so in the end, I mean, Maggie sees the dino that scavenger picked up. Why that person would pick up the dino, I don't know. Gives it to Maggie, and she knows what it is, and she's apparently doesn't want Negan to go off mission if he sees it, so she is prepared to burn it. They don't show her burning it. She shows her lighting the match.
Yeah, I didn't know how to
get ready to burn it.
And they didn't touch on it in the inside the episode either, so they don't confirm or deny whether she burned it.
I was confused at what was happening. I just saw Jenny looking at it, and I'm like, But to be fair, for some reason my TV is not good with dark scenes, so I really couldn't see as well. Because I was trying.
All that money you're making, you'd think you'd have a better TV by now, Mister.
This is actually a nice Ultra 4K TV.
Is it UHD?
I might just have to change the settings. We were having a lot of problem with dark scenes, and I changed the settings. And,
they have presets for certain things. Like you could change it for like dark rooms or gaming and stuff. I do that with my monitors half the time. Even though it doesn't change the way that it's being recorded live through OBS, it changes the way I'm seeing it, which usually helps. So
I think it's just because my lights in my room are extra bright.
Do you have them coming down or coming at you?
My lights?
Yeah.
Both.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if they're, as long as they're not at an angle to where they're gonna be hitting the screen too, you should be fine. Like the only one that I have, other than like the LEDs I have on like my ceiling, is literally just one key light right here, and that usually helps. But if I have it too bright, then it makes it a little like rough to see. But throw some shit on your fucking Amazon list and have some sugar mamas and sugar daddies help you out.
We did get a couple people who said, Maggie better be caught by Negan before she burns a dino. I think what's going to happen is she is ready to, burn it.
No, it needs to be burned.
Jenny runs
I'm
up.
tired of her losing it. If I see that damn dino one more goddamn time, like, we got shit to do. Like, we're episode 3. We're halfway through. I need them to get onto the mission now. I ain't got time to be chasing dinosaurs and shit. Let's get Herschel. Like,
have we gotten a definitive confirmation as to how much time has passed, or did they just give us a range? Because Herschel seems to be about where Carl was when we lost him, but I'm not sure. Like he seems definitely under 18, but above 13. So
Yeah.
somewhere in the 14 to 16 range about, because he's at that like weird like voice is like kind of deep, but it still might be squeak. Because when we saw the trailer, he was like, "Mom, Mom," like he was squeaking a bit. So I was like, he's definitely in and or like in the fucking throes of puberty. But I feel like they wouldn't go more than like 3 to 5 years, right? Like that seems a bit much if they go any more than that.
Well, what was he before? Like,
I'd say he was probably, I don't know, like under. He's probably between 6 and 8, I think.
so if we say 8 and it's been 5 years, there he is at 13.
Or if, let's say
Well,
if
He
he was
is, he
close
is
to
acting
10,
like a typical teenager.
I mean, because if we
We
look
had
at
the-
the end
we
of
had the
Walking
jump.
Dead,
yeah,
yeah,
the
like a
jump or
year.
two in the final season, it was like a year and a half, I think, that took place in the final season. So, yeah, I feel like he's definitely between 13 and 16, somewhere in that range. And everyone hits that range differently, but I don't know. I'm almost bummed at the jump because, I mean, the fact that they jumped this much doesn't necessarily say that they couldn't have reconnected and or met back up with Rick and Michonne, because
Right.
just because they did doesn't mean that they're gonna have to or feel the need to mention them every day. So they could have definitely had a reunion and like stuff like that, and they just skipped right past it and are focusing on what's going on right now. Because I don't know, I feel like as much as we all want some big, super happy, everyone's kosher reunion, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. I think on the surface it might be, but when you get down to brass tacks, I don't think everyone's going to just want to live together in harmony. Like, I don't think Maggie and Rick are ever really going to see eye to eye again. I think they're going to want to live separate or apart in some capacity. And as much as Rick and Michonne were very hell-bent on the principle for keeping Negan alive, I don't know if they're necessarily going to want to be living in tandem with him. I don't think they're going to want him dead, but I don't think they're going to want to live with him. So they may not have wanted him nearby. So maybe that's why, like, maybe everyone else is together, but then Negan and Maggie are off doing their own thing because Maggie doesn't want to be with Negan, but she also is still kind of pissed with Rick and Michonne. So she wants to just go do her own thing with the new Hilltop group. And then Negan's like, I just don't want to ruffle any feathers. I'm just going to go do my own thing. That kind of makes sense to me. So I don't know what they're going to do with the other spinoffs, but hopefully they kind of address the timeline in those. Cause I don't know, it seems like it could get very messy and very confusing if they don't handle it right. So I'm hoping that they do, but we'll see. Cause I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Rick and Michonne will respect whatever decisions were made in their absence. Like, I think if they were to come back and see Negan, and then maybe they get the story that they let him out and that they're cool with him being out or whatever, I don't think they would challenge it. Especially because I feel like they're going to go to Commonwealth and Rick's not going to be the leader nor Michonne. Therefore,
Yeah. It's a pretty big change from the normal source narrative. But if anything, I think prior to the events in like 9B and 10A, I think Michonne would have had a much bigger problem with Negan being out and about than Rick would have. Because I feel like Rick, even though Rick was still kind of harsh on him in 9A, I feel like he would have been more open to the idea of him being out and helping. Whereas after Michonne saw the stuff that he did in like how he left and came back or whatever, I feel like hearing testament from the people that she was with while Rick was gone, she would trust them more and be like, okay, like if you thought this was the right call, I trust you, whatever. And so normally, before all that, I would think she would be the harder one to convince. But since Rick would have been normally, I feel like given everything that's happened, she would kind of be on the same level with him. So they, like you were saying, I don't think they'll have much of an issue with it, but they may not want to have him right there with them. Like I totally get them not wanting that, but and then Fear brings, like, I know I wasn't here for the end of Fear stuff, but I don't know what they're going to do with Lenny because I was really pumped at the end of that last episode until I watched the inside the episode and they're like, yep, this is his last bit. And I'm like, what?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
See,
I'm praying that's just, that's a red herring and and they're just like, yeah, he's totally gone. And then he just pops back up out of nowhere because
No,
I don't know why the
I
fuck
read a
I would
bunch of
keep
articles.
watching.
That Lenny was done. They're basically shifting focus to give the show back to Madison.
I mean, well, I know I'm not expecting him in Fear. I don't give a fuck about him in Fear at this point. But I'm saying just him in the universe in general. If they don't have him see anybody else, that would be so fucking dumb.
He said in one of the interviews that if he gets the opportunity to work with Andy, he'd jump on it. He said he don't think he can turn it down, but he also said he wants a script that's worthy of his time.
Oh, yeah, because I don't blame him, because Fear's been fucking rough. And Lenny is an amazing fucking actor, and they have been doing him an incredible disservice. Busy, get the fuck in here. What are you doing? You got the email? Hop in here, buddy. Put a shirt on, turn some lights on, and get in this fucking call.
Well, I didn't send him the email because that usually goes through Tomaj.
Oh, he's been slacking?
He got one if he wants
Paul, get your ass in here. We're not done. My filter's gone. I'm 3 beers in. Let's go, bitch. Get in here. We need to talk.
And I chose peace this week. I'm not slandering Negan as I usually do. I was like, I
haven't watched your video yet. But
I was nice and easy this week. Well, at the beginning, after that, I was like, I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it this week.
I have plenty of Negan people that I'm friends with, and like I'm in group chats like that are big fans of JDM. And a lot of them were throwing some slander. And I'm like, I'm not standing for this. I'm like, y'all need to just accept that opinions can be different and people can shoot shit about shit. Like me and you have some pretty different opinions. And they're like, well, maybe if he got to know the rest of us, then he would understand. And I'm like, you got to let that marinate. Like it's not just going to be one interaction like, oh, hey, this is my opinion and you should respect it. And if you're just seeing one random comment here and there, you're going to be like, no, fuck you. Like, I don't blame you for that because I'm the same way. Like someone came in and was like, this guy's such a fucking Negan simp, blah, blah. And I'm like, my opinion is still valid. I'm not changing my opinion. Call me a simp if you want. But...
And they be saying they slick shit. And then I cuss them out. Then I give them 24 hours to respond. If they don't, I just block them. I was gonna say what I wanted to say. I'm gonna give you a chance to write back, but I ain't got time.
I was gonna say, have you ever not like gone back and forth with someone long enough and then ended up not blocking them because you're like, I appreciate you going toe to toe?
It depends how the conversation ends. Just sometimes I've been close to blocking, but we ended up, being cool and
you're like they see you on some things, you see them, and you're like, okay, we're not fully there, but we're close enough. Okay, because some people just come in acting like an asshole, like just cussing you out and not your opinions. And like that's one thing.
I ignore people, but then I'd be like, let me go see. Like you can click on their thing and see what other videos they comment on. And if I see like they have a history of typing slick shit,
so that's the benefit of having frequent commenters. I see.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing because I don't have
like the 3 recent. And if
just to interrupt for a minute, Winterfire, the form is fixed. I was fixing it while these guys were babbling, so you can use the form if you want, or again, you can use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you'd like. And this week's winner, of course, send me a message as well. Go to Fandom Spotlight and do it from there, or however you want to reach me. It's all good.
Baby says she don't need to argue. No, one thing about me, we're going to argue. I'm going to read you your rights real quick. But it's really like, not everything needs an argument.
You also like arguing, though. Not everybody does.
Sometimes. But like, if you're spitting bullshit and it doesn't make sense, I'm about to read you the facts because you're not about to just spread misinformation over my comment sections. Absolutely not. I'm about to correct whatever bullshit you put on there. But otherwise, if it's just a comment, somebody be like, oh, I love Negan, he's my favorite, or Negan rules, some bullshit, I'll let that go. I'll even like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to block you for that. But if you're coming in saying dumb shit, then no, get out of here. I'm like, that's not staying in my comments. Sometimes I'll be nice and just remove it, but no, y'all not about to leave that all.
Yeah, no. So someone literally came in and was like, "This guy's the biggest Negan simp. It's hilarious. Luther wasn't an asshole. He was doing what anyone else would have done if they found like basically just like that. Luther was justified for wanting to kick out Negan and Maggie." And I'm like, no, because like, and you know what? I have defenders. Like someone came in and was like, "No, that's not what was going on." Actually, I'm like, okay. I'll let y'all cook. I'll let y'all argue on my behalf unless you start saying some stupid shit. Then I'll come in. But they basically said what I wanted to say without me even having to say it. And I'm like, all right, I'll let you just do your thing.
I think Negan could have shut down Luther just by being like, yeah, I'm a wanted man for killing the 5 guys who raped my goddamn wife.
Yeah, that would have.
You know.
But I don't think they
And
wanted.
he would have been like, okay, wait a minute.
Hold up.
You know.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Like, it. I feel like they just wanted to cause conflict though, because I don't know. Did you guys watch the promo
nobody
for next
goddamn
week?
communicates in The Walking Dead.
Did you guys watch the promo for 104?
I did.
Did it seem at all like they reference or care about the fact that he's gone?
Nope. I said in
No,
my
it doesn't
reaction,
look like it. I'm like, how are they going to explain that shit?
yeah, I'm like, they must have just continued on with the mission, because, or maybe because they can't ditch Negan. He's a big part of the plan. He has to distract Croat.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, "Screw you, you're off the mission. We need him." So it's gonna have to do with somebody talking somebody down. I don't know. I don't
think it's going to be a big issue.
No, I don't see anybody having a super strong bond with Luther. I mean, it's just Tommaso and the other girl. They're the only ones that talk.
Yeah.
So.
That's such a. I'm sorry, but that's such a dumb fucking name. Like,
Yeah, weird.
you couldn't have gone with Thomas or like some other name that like you just. It seemed like you combined 2 names that didn't need to be combined. Like, just be like have a normal fucking name. Like, it's not that hard.
I mean, why can't we run into another Carl?
Why
You know?
why can't we find a John or a Jack? We haven't had a Jack since Fear Season 2. Okay, we need one. Even if he's a dick or he
Yeah.
doesn't last long, at least just be there. Or hell, Lori.
I don't think there's been a Kyle in the goddamn show. So, that's
there
the name.
probably was a side character in either like Woodbury or Alexandria Kingdom, Hilltop, something. There probably was at some point. Yeah.
Maybe in the script, I don't think it's ever said
No.
on the screen.
I wish they would have included at least one person from OG Hilltop at New Hilltop. Like they had so many, like they could have brought in Cal, Eduardo, Diane, like even though Diane was like Kingdom, was with Hilltop for a while. They could have done any of those. And they're just like, no, I mean, we haven't seen half of them in a season and a half.
I think it has to do with the fact that they're in New York, so they would have to probably go out of their way to fly there,
But
live for a while, and they ain't getting paid enough to do all that. You ain't a hotel in New York.
I mean, hey, if you care enough about the story,
No, it's about if I'm getting paid enough to care about the story, because I'm not.
I feel like people are pretty
They
greedy.
could put him up for a night for a cameo.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're gonna see what the money look like before I go to New York, because I'm not about to spend my whole check on my hotel. Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't think. I mean, if you're a series regular, you might have to find your own lodging. But if you're coming in for a cameo overnight, they're going to put you up in a hotel. I couldn't imagine them not doing that.
I don't know how all that work, and I ain't gonna pretend to, but I'm
So,
not.
what's our predictions for next week? I think little Jenny is going to run out, and Maggie's going to hear the footsteps and throw the match away. And then she's going to be like, well, she's here. I might as well, we can put her someplace safe, and Negan will still be on mission. I don't know. That's what I think is going to happen.
I
with
think
that.
she's gonna stick to the shadows and just watch, especially because they're about to leave. I think she's gonna. Follow. She may even say,
Yeah, but
maybe it'll be
Dino.
somewhere in the middle. And I could see her coming back with a slightly crisp or charred dino and be like, Maggie tried to burn this to hide, instead of just being like, well, Maggie burned it. And it's like, okay, where's your proof? And you don't have proof. So if she like takes it out of there quick.
Well, she
kinda
doesn't
like
talk, so she'd have to be like,
Sons,
burnt
when
dino.
Jax burns the papers.
"Fuck that dinosaur."
I mean,
don't
okay,
want
the
her to think about
dino's
it.
stupid, but I'm saying that
If they write more story for this dinosaur and Herschel add like 2 lines, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Like, how did the dinosaur get more of a storyline than Herschel?
shit, the
Annie.
dinosaur has more story than fucking RJ at this point.
Or Annie. Anyway.
What did you guys think about the cage
All right.
match? I really like the way that it was shot and the way that it was done. It looked really nice.
It gave me Michonne vibes too, the way he got his cuffs around the wall.
Yeah, like with Merle. I was
Loved
thinking
it.
that it was like it threw me back to season 3 a bit, and I liked the detail of the boot and the fact that he was probably wearing steel toes, so that
Yeah.
would be a pretty good weapon if you really think about it. And I mean, that probably, like, I've only been in handcuffs once or twice for like school stuff. Kyle, not actually arrested, but they were showing us like, oh, it's
Oh,
not
so
easy.
kinky shit. Kinky shit.
I was
Okay,
the one
I
using
got
them,
it.
Kyle. Calm down. But so like when we were in school, they were like, oh, like to show us like what they were like, or like that you can't just pull them apart or whatever. And that would hurt. Like thinking back to like Randall, they use like barbed wire on his wrists to tie him into the barn in season 2. Handcuffs being used to break not only someone's spine but their larynx and go through their skin and their trachea. That would fucking hurt so much because that shit
Well-
is so tight.
To be fair, he was high, so he probably wouldn't. And
Yeah.
adrenaline, he wasn't feeling.
Yeah, but it would not be pleasant to say that.
No,
but it would
afterwards.
definitely be doable because I mean, shit. It's Michonne was able to do it with a very thin, like just a cable or a wire, and then who was it? Fucking Alpha was able to do. I mean, to be fair, she did it with a very very thin piece of like metal wire, so that is more reasonable. But that chick was also alive, whereas this dude was dead, but he was dead recently. That whole key thing, though, I agree with you, Tomaj. That cuck shit, what
We
you
would
are
have
not about. Yeah, I would.
That's why I carry my own.
I mean,
I actually have a handcuff key, just in case.
are they universal?
Yeah.
I think
That
they are pretty
seems.
universal.
That doesn't seem smart. Because someone could just keep one of them on them at all times, and then just be able to escape committing crime.
I have that because I actually did a short film where I had to handcuff somebody
Oh, it's a short film. That's
And
what they're calling it these days.
using real handcuffs, and I had one key in the camera bag, but I put the other one on my key ring just in case I got misplaced because I did not want to have this actor stuck in handcuffs for the rest of his life. So, or have to saw him off.
The fire
So-
department can saw it off for you. We had that happen in school once, and the fire
So,
department.
I actually,
That's why I have a goddamn
I got
key.
my
I don't need
head
no fire
stuck
department.
between the banisters in my kitchen. Like, like a railing and like the little like wooden pillar banister things. I as a small child, I'd put my head there and I was like, whoa, and then they literally just fucking slapped some oil or some shit or like dish soap on and I was able to get it out. But I also was dumb and my sister was like, hey, let's play dog. And I'm like, what's that? And she's like, put on this collar. And it was a choke. And it got stuck. And we had to call the fire department. Oh, I was so gullible as a small child.
We don't do stuff like that in black households.
See, when you're autistic and white, there's a lot of options for you to be stupid. And I only gave in to some of them. But the ones I did were always good stories. I'll tell you that.
I think
Kayla's
we are
dying.
losing
right
our focus here. We are
now.
way
Okay,
off.
okay.
So
Do you guys think we're going to see the end of Croat in this first season? Or do you think he will persist into 2?
No, I think he's gonna die.
yeah,
What do you
he's-
think will be the plot of
Maggie's
2?
not going to let him live. Well, someone in the
Creepy.
chat said it's Maggie trying to help Negan find Andy.
Yeah,
and
I saw that
Joshua.
too. That seems like an interesting plot.
I think it's gonna be harder to escape New York by the end of this. I really do. All the boats are gone. I mean, I don't think that Jenny's tactics gonna work for everybody. So
You know what would be fucking wild if at the end of this, just totally unexpectedly, they have fucking CRM show up, like Rick and Michonne get on like a fucking helicopter and be like
that would
going to like, because you would imagine CRM probably has some decent sized, because if you think to like World Beyond and some of the areas and large scale places that they secured and cleared out, it would make sense that they would be trying to do that with more places. Because they mentioned it that they were trying to, like turn the tide and like all this shit. So it would make sense that they were trying to find places that were secluded and sort of take little areas back over time. Because otherwise,
but Manhattan is kind of.
but Manhattan is secluded.
a lot.
I know there's a lot, but because the bridges are gone, there's a finite number of infected in the city that can't grow.
There's a lot easier islands in the U.S.
I
to,
know, but
Yeah, I don't
in
think I would
terms of
overtake in
tying it
Manhattan.
together,
I couldn't get out.
they could
They
tie it
don't like
together.
to use the CRM, which is actually disappointing me.
You know, I know they don't, but I want to have some hope because otherwise it's
I'm all
fucking
for it,
stupid if
but
they don't.
The main show disappointed me because I just knew we was getting a CRM connection and I didn't get it.
Oh shit, Tomaj, do you know Meek from Twitter?
Yeah, I know Meek. Of course,
Yeah,
I know Meek.
he
Meek
just
Mill.
he's in the chat. Yeah,
What's up, Meek Mill? That's my guy, Meek. Meek's starting up a YouTube, y'all. Check him out. Subscribe.
starting up. He's been had it. Go
Well,
check him
yeah,
out
but
regardless.
He ain't been active as he should be, but he about to. He about to get on his.
I mean,
grind.
ain't that the story for all of us? Except
That's
you,
totally
Mr. Watch
not.
7 shows.
I'm booked and busy. A little bit too booked and busy.
I totally unrelated, but how you liking Ryan Hurst in Suns so far?
He hasn't done much. I feel bad for him actually.
What are you
do
halfway
more
through
than,
or
you know.
no?
Yeah, but
Oh, okay, yeah. No, first season he does have scenes, so hopefully you'll enjoy them as you get them. But it's weird going back and watching Sons again after, because I mean I watched him, not Saving Private Ryan, he was in Saving Private Ryan, he was in Remember the Titans, and he was in a lot of stuff. And seeing him in that,
I ain't
and
seen none
then
of that.
seeing they're really good. I'm gonna petition those on your polls for the war movies.
Everybody's petitioning everything
Ellie,
because I've seen nothing.
Red Dead 2.
So you need to have a thing where,
is,
like,
from what I'm told, is one of the best games out there.
which one? Red
So,
Dead 2? I have not played it, but
Yeah.
I have heard the same.
I have not
sentiment.
played it either, Haley. I don't. But yeah, don't subscribe to Haley, y'all. She got a gaming channel.
I voted very, very strongly in the
Excuse
gaming
me.
stuff because you don't do
Ma'am.
enough gaming.
My dog's being rude. I'm sorry.
Well, we should wrap it up.
Yeah,
I
we
always
are
wrap it
getting
up, Kyle.
far
Don't
afield.
worry.
Wear a glove for that love.
I
Of
got.
course,
Hey,
you don't really need to
I
when
got
you're
love
just
for my
using your
glove.
hands.
She's in chat. Don't worry.
Anyway, Tomaj, since you came late, you didn't just tell people where they can find you. Most of them know, but
yeah. If y'all don't know, y'all
and you don't have to say every show that you're doing.
No, I
not
challenge
reacting
you.
to
Say
All in the
every
Family.
single one.
He's not reacting to All in the Family or Archie Spunker's Place. That's pretty much all he's not reacting to.
Listen, yeah, I'm doing a lot of shows, but I'm actually they're dying down a little bit. I'm doing the Star Trek. I'm starting Star Trek: Strange New Worlds this week, y'all. Big bro, little sis, on my Patreon. My dog's being rude as hell. We're doing Star Trek Enterprise. We're doing Caprica, Alias, Sons of Anarchy, House of the Dragon. We're doing the Scream movie series, so we've reacted to Scream 1 and 2. I've recorded Training Day, that's gonna go up soon. And I'm probably gonna do a poll on my Patreon. They want to vote on movies. So yeah, if you guys want to be a part of all that, go to my Patreon channel. YouTube, they're still getting Game of Thrones. They're a little bit behind, but Patreon, they're getting fed.
All right, Jack.
Jack's World, pretty much everywhere. I'm going to be keeping up with the Walking Dead shows, though I am going on vacation with another reactor and people related this week and next week. So I'm going to try to get this week's episode up. So it's the 4th episode, right? I'm going to try to get that up before I go. But if I don't, just it'll be coming. But there'll be content from that trip. So be on the lookout for that through either my channel and or the Simple Reactions channel. And once I'm back, I'm hoping that I have the motivation and the determination to just fucking dive in and get my new computer built and then dive straight back in with all the other videos. So the 100, Vikings, I get my Invincible stuff added, House of the Dragon, Stranger Things, and then maybe new stuff. Hopefully movies. We'll see. But if you want to check any of that out, feel free, either Patreon, YouTube. Want to just say, hey, Twitter, Instagram. Maybe I'll start streaming again once I get the new computer too. But I'm going to be on Tomaj's ass to start streaming too, because he be kicking ass in Overwatch and he better start streaming it, because I don't need the slander in chat. I don't tolerate that.
Me and Busy and Miss Kayla were supposed to play, and I got busy, so I apologize. I actually went outside, y'all. So we will. I'm gonna try to stream the next time. Hopefully, the three of us play. Jack, you're more than welcome to, of course.
I will
Overwatch
definitely
2 is
not be good, but I will be entertaining. That
We're
may
playing
be more
quick play. I'm not gonna mess up.
Okay. I don't blame you not missing.
Well, I don't even think y'all could play with me because I am so high. But regardless, that's not to say y'all suck. Y'all just need some help.
Yeah.
Look
All
forward
right.
to that, y'all.
This stream is getting a little full ego here. So, of course, I am the governor on Fandom Spotlight. I am not going to be putting up reactions for a while. I may react to something in the future, but I'm kind of burnt out. And I got a lot of shit coming out, like tomorrow, 4th of July, I'll be publishing a panel from Mr. LeVar Burton himself, reading Rainbow Geordie on Star Trek The Next Generation. And I got a bunch of other stuff coming. And like I said, we got possibly some interviews coming from Shore Leave and end of the month. We're going to have a lot more panels going to be coming at you. I hope to see everyone at Terrificon. And yeah. So, Governor and this truncated but still amazing crew, we are out. Make some awkward faces, everybody.
Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream.